Environmental constraints, for example, buildings exposure to weather elements, for example, exposure to the sun, the wind. If the building's going too high up, what are the wind speed or the wind study say about the development? Rain, what kind of rains has it got? The flood zones in that area is a very common example. Land contamination, your carbon footprint of the building, or the energy efficiency of the carbon footprint of the building, or the energy efficiency, or the is there an ESD study required, or the environmentally sustainable design study required. Another constraint is the market cycles. For example, what are the timings? Is the development should be timed to hit on an upturn? What is the supply and demand doing over there? What else will the development be competing with when it comes on the market? Retail commercial developments, they must hit the market in time for selling seasons. For example, hotels and accommodation developments, they must hit the market before an event. So say for example, there's a new hotel going up and there's going to be Commonwealth Games or Olympics that are going to be held in that city. They've got to be done way before those dates, because people book in people make their bookings and reservations way before the event. Residential, is it closer to the beaches? Is it location sensitive? And it must hit. That means it must hit the market during spring and summer. They lose their appeal in winter. For example, a very good example is that one of the areas that I'm actively developing in is the Bayside suburbs in Victoria and Melbourne, and nothing over there sells during winter because it's right next to the beach and it's always cold and windy, and it's raining. But come summer, the place comes alive, and we have most of our sales starting from the spring season, going all the way to autumn season. But nothing actually, it just slows down during winter. Finance, which is the number one constraint for any development. What source is it going to be? This is very important to know and understand for your feasibilities, because you have to calculate your finance costs and interest costs and set of fees and so on. So in terms of sources, is it going to be equity finance? What percentage of the equity finance it's going to be? Is it going to require capital raising, or is it going to come in from developers equity? In terms of debt financing, are you going to go to a bank or go to a specialist lender? What kind of structure are you going to set up for the senior debt or the mezzanine debt or a joint venture? The cost of establishing the finance, the monthly fees or any kind of brokerage fees or interest cost. Is it going to be simple or compounding, or is it going to be calculated daily or monthly, or is the interest going to be capitalized or not? So all these constraints come together, and you need to address each one of them in order to do an accurate financial feasibility analysis on any project.